Betsy. Betsy. Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. You're not a stranger anymore, now you're family. Welcome.
Well, welcome indeed. We welcome all of you that are here right now and those that are watching online. I'm Susan Rain. I'm one of your trustees. A special welcome to any new visitors. Anybody brave enough to raise their hand, your first or second time here? Thank you so much. Welcome to you. We invite you to stay afterwards for hospitality and to enjoy our grounds. We have a beautiful labyrinth, we have gardens, we have a walking path, and it's just a really special space back there. So we invite you to stay and enjoy. This is the time that we silence our phones, if you haven't already done so, please. And I'd like to introduce Reverend Tony Senf. Most of you know him. I asked him to send me a bio, and it was really long, and my jaw dropped, and I was like, I can't even begin to express this man's talents and accomplishments. So what I am going to tell you is that we adore him. We are constantly inspired by him. We quite enjoy his humor, his authenticity, his insight, and his big heart. So we're really excited to have him here today. So let's go ahead.
He's also a musician. I just thought I'd throw that in. He's also a musician.
Which you will see very soon, yes, hear and see. So I would like to go ahead and open in prayer. Let's just take a moment to fill our hearts with love and gratitude. Gratitude for giving yourself this gift of receiving inspiration and divine guidance today. Love for each other and yourselves and new babies. Feel this warmth in your heart. Feel God in your heart. We claim the demonstration of God's grace and good in ourselves and the world today. Thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. Please stand for our joy song.
Let's get ready to reach out. We're getting ready to reach out. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a fishing line. Okay. Never ever I'm reaching out to know the infinite. I'm reaching out to know the divine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. I'm reaching out to know the divine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm already there. I'm already whole. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already whole. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm going deep to feel the infinite. I'm going deep to know the divine. I'm going deep to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm already there. I'm already whole. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm rising up to feel the infinite. I'm rising up to know the divine. I'm rising up to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm already there. I'm already whole. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already whole. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already whole. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already whole. I'm already safe in my eternal soul.
Thank you, Betsy Jo, Peter, and Reverend Tony. Thank you so much. So we will now take a moment to affirm our values, vision, and mission, which you will see right now. So together, we value faith, integrity, love. Oh, I didn't have love on here. We value love, faith, integrity, stewardship, and joy. Our vision is centered in love. We create a world of harmony, abundance, and gratitude. And our mission is teaching, loving, and inspiring people to be all they are created to be. Thank you. So just a few announcements. Reiki is taking a brief summer break. Reiki is not a person. Reiki is the wonderful healing modality that we have been offering. It is taking a brief summer break, and we will let you know when we will be blessed with that wonderful gift again. Please help yourself to the garden. We do have an organic vegetable garden in back. We've got a lot of herbs out there, a ton of basil and dill. I mean, like a lot. So please go ahead and take some. We have kale. Now, we have been having fresh organic juice about once a month, and we were using the kale out of the garden. We are taking a break from the fresh organic juice at this time, so help yourself to the kale. And cucumbers and zucchini and summer squash are on their way. So this is very exciting, but this garden is for you to enjoy. So go out there and grab whatever you want to grab. We do have a young adult group. The young adult group meets the first Wednesday of the month. They were originally every Wednesday, but now we're going down to the first Wednesday of the month from 7 till 9. So if you're in your 20s or 30s and you want to just create music and just enjoy each other's company in a really authentic space, please join us. Generally, they meet out in the garden, and they light the fire, and they have the fire pit going and just create music, and it's a really wonderful time. So that's the first Wednesday now of the month from 7 till 9. Our wedding expo has been rescheduled, so it will be June 25th. Absolutely. The weather's going to be incredible. It's going to be an amazing day from 2 to 5 on June 25th, so make sure you mark that on your calendars. Today's chaplains are Carrie and Tony, and I invite them up at this time.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Microphone? Okay, this is my first time, bear with me. Good morning. Again, I'm Carrie Scott, and I'm blessed to be one of your prayer chaplains today, along with my partner, Tony Barcelona. We begin by recognizing the lighting of the Christ candle, and as symbolizing the anointing and blessing of the consciousness of Christ in us and upon us and on our service today. A reminder that we have prayerfully blessed our prayer box and prayer requests in the earlier prayer and meditation at 9 a.m. this morning. And that prayer box is now back in the lobby, and it's available to receive any of your prayer requests. And now for the reading of the daily word. The word for today is protection, and the affirmation is, as I practice the presence of God, I feel secure. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God, omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence is not only all around me, God is within me. As I take this truth into my heart, I feel calm and secure. The circumstances of the world have no lasting power over me. God is greater and more enduring than anything I may be called to face. I have within me the power to feel God's protecting presence at any time. As I pray, I affirm the strength and the power of God are mine to call upon. I can use these divine powers to move beyond that which may scare or intimidate me. In renewed faith and deep security, I move bravely forward. And the sacred text from John 4:4, the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. And please join me again for saying the affirmation. As I practice the presence of God, I feel secure. And just a reminder, Tony and I will be in the chapel immediately after the service if anyone would like prayer. Thank you.
The song is called Be Still, and it's leading right into meditation. Be still and know that I am God. Be still, my child, be still. I'll take the burden from your mind, and I always will. Take your cares and worries, bring them all to me. I will put your mind at ease, and I help you see that all that is so heavy and all that wears you down, you don't have to own it nor carry it around. So take that frown and turn it upside down. The smile that's on your face, it lightens up your day. It makes the world a brighter place. It takes the dark away. Inside your heart, that precious one, recites a love so pure.
Feel it.
Your essence is this love, you know, of this you can be sure. 'Cause love is all there is, nothing else is true. The love you feel is holy, the love you feel is you. So take this love
And feel it.
you have more than enough. Give it away to everyone. It comes back to you. In giving and receiving, to your own self are true. Be still and know that you are loved. Be still, my child, be still. I am watching over you, and I always will. Be still, my child, be still. Be still, my child, be still. Be still.
Let's all close our eyes. Take a nice deep breath. Let it go. One more breath, real deep. And as you let it go, give yourself permission to relax. Let your body relax. Your head and your shoulders, your arms, down through your torso, your thighs, your calves. And as you do, you can feel yourself being supported by that chair. You can feel the air around you. You can hear the music softly playing. And you can know that you are a divine, unique expression of that which we call God. Feel that now in your heart center. Give yourself permission to be in that feeling of being loved, of being cared for, of being guided always. Feel who you really are. That unique divine expression that God created you to be. Let it wash over you now. Give yourself permission to bathe in that feeling, in that light. This is who you really are. This is who you were created to be. So sit now for just a few moments, bathed in that light, bathed in that feeling, bathed in the knowingness that you are God's perfect child. Let's take another deep breath together. Let it go. One more deep, deep breath. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Good morning. So I always feel so honored and privileged to be up here playing with these two. I just love their music. I really, really do. So this song that I'm about to do for you, I was here a few weeks ago on a Saturday. We were helping clean up the grounds and get things all pretty for everybody. I just love it here. Isn't it just a beautiful spot? Oh my gosh, you just feel it. And Bob Carrion and I, hey Bob, he and I were hauling mulch all day, right? And in that process, Bob says, have you ever heard the song, I'll Get Even With You? I said, no, I'm not familiar with that one. And he said, it's just a beautiful song, I love it. So I looked it up, and it was done by Leanne Rimes. It's a country western song. And country western is not my forte. So give me a moment.
We get into our country. We're getting into our country.
I was trying to channel Willie Nelson, but he said he's busy.
Oh, he's here.
So I guess you're stuck with me doing country western. All right. But it's just the greatest little song. It's become Susan, my better half down here. She's just become one of her favorite songs. And so, Bob, thank you for introducing this to me. So this is not Leanne Rimes' version. This is Tony's version of that same song, I'll Get Even With You. For all the nights you held me close, warmed my heart when it was cold, when I was giving up, you gave me love. From some dark alley in my mind, you made a hidden dream unwind. You turned my stumbling blocks to stepping stone. I'll get even with you for the hard times you helped me through. I'm giving back to you all the love you've given me for the rest of my life, every day and every night. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'll get even with you. When the odds were against me and I was lost with no will to go on, you wrapped your loving arms around my heart, took my losing hand and led me home. I'll get even with you. odds were against me, and I was lost with no will to go on. You wrapped your loving arms around my heart, took my losing hand and led me home. I'll get even with you for the hard times you helped me through. I'm giving back to you all the love you've given me for the rest of my life. Every day and every night, if it's the last thing I ever do, I'll get even with you. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'll get even with you. Give these two another hand, would you really?
Thank you.
Thank you both so much. Forgive me, Willie Nelson. All right. So, I've got my little clicker up here. Let's see if we get this to advance correctly. Yeah, there we go. Welcome, welcome. So, let's see if you remember from the last time I was here how we do this. Good morning. Good morning. All right, I'll train you again. Here we go. You see, Unity is real big on affirmations, right? So I'm going to say good morning, and then you say, yes, it is. You ready? All right. Good morning.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is, but I think you can do better. You ready? Good morning.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's better. That's better. That just sounds more like it. So I think that you might remember also, I usually start off all my messages with a joke. I looked in the mirror one morning and figured that's how God had it planned for my life, was a joke. So I just start off with a joke. Right? So it seems that Sam and Steve were good friends from little boys, right? They played baseball together in the sandlot. They played Little League together. They played high school baseball together. They played college baseball together. They never missed a World Series game. These two guys loved baseball. Now, they made a promise to each other. They said, look, because they were always wondering the whole life, is there baseball in heaven? Right? I wonder if there's baseball in heaven. So they made an agreement. Whichever one of them made their transition first, that one would come back and tell the other one if there's baseball in heaven. Right? So see, Sam and Steve, they kept this promise, but Sam made his transition first. And it wasn't but a day or two after that Steve woke up one night and there was Sam standing at the foot of his bed. And he said, I came back to let you know if there's baseball in heaven. He goes, really? Really? He goes, yeah, but I've got some good news for you and some bad news for you. He goes, well, okay, what's the good news? He says, well, the good news is there is baseball in heaven. He goes, all right, well, what's the bad news? He goes, the bad news is you're pitching Friday night. That could be the good news, too, you know. So, I always start off my services back. I was a pastor of a Unity Church in Cleveland Heights, Ohio for about 12 years and just dearly loved it. And here's how I always start off to get us into we call it my statement of purpose. So let's read this together. I am here right now with an open heart and an open mind, ready to receive the message and learn the lesson Spirit has for me today, and so it is. So it is. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about unity principles 2 and 3. Now, I know it said only unity principle number 2, but I thought I'd throw in a little bonus for you there, right? We'll do 2 and 3. And I've kind of personalized these a little bit. And I felt that I could do that because if you remember Charles Fillmore, right? Charles and Myrtle were the founders of Unity. There's a picture of him. And actually, let me see if I can click that. It might turn to white for me. No, I don't think you can read the words. I may have to read them to you here. Here's what Charles said. He said, I will write them down reluctantly and reserve the right to change my mind tomorrow. I like that man. Yeah. Right? So I reserve the right to change my mind tomorrow. So he wrote them down. And I've been to unity churches all over this country. And they all have, not all, but a lot of them have just a little different way of maybe wording those unity principles, but they all really say the same essence, So I've personalized them just a little bit, all right? Did I click that right? Here we go. So I'm actually going to throw in principle number 1 as well, and that one just goes like this. There's only one presence, the one power in the universe and in me, God, the good omnipotent. Are you all good with that one? One presence, one power. It's a great song that we need to do sometime. That actually it's just a song. That's the words to the song, right? I'm not going to sing it for you now. You've heard enough of me. But there's a song that goes with that principle. Now, let's take a look at the next one here, which is unity principle number 2. And that goes like this. I was created with an inherent divinity, referred to as the Christ. My very essence is of God, and I am therefore infinitely good and always connected. I am the Christ. I want you to repeat that last line with me again. I am the Christ. Everybody get that? Now, that's a tough one to get. I remember the first time I told the congregation in Cleveland that, I think about 3 or 4 people got up and walked out. Some of them almost fainted. But the truth, and their eyes all got about this big. The truth is, you are the Christ. You're God's child. And I love what Reverend Clive has to say about that. You know, in Hinduism, it was Krishna, right? Buddhism, it's Buddha. It has different names. I'm going to read a verse to you from A Course in Miracles, which is what I'm a big fan of. Most of my messages are based on A Course in Miracles that says that very same thing. But you are the Christ. As a matter of fact, how much you do? Let's read this whole thing together, and see that last line there, I am the Christ as. When we get there, I want you to put your name in there. All right? Let's read that whole thing together. Here we go. I was created as an inherent divinity, referred to as the Christ. My very essence is of God, and I am therefore inherently good and always connected. I am the Christ as Tony. Give me that last line again. I am the Christ as Tony. That's who you are, folks. You were put on this planet to represent that in your own unique way. You are a unique expression of the Christ. There is no one on the planet that expresses the Christ the way that Peter does, that Betsy Joe does, that Charlotte does, that Kathleen does, that Lydia does, that Susan does, that Tony does. We all do it very uniquely, but we're expressing that very same essence. Read that last line to me again. I am the Christ as Tony. All right. So here's a verse you might remember. It's from the book of John. All right. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Okay? So, given what we just read about being the Christ, I have kind of reworded that verse. Okay? And it goes like, I think, did it change on me there? No, let's see. I may have hit the wrong button. Am I changing? Yes, there we go. All right. Goes like this. For God so loved the world that he created his only begotten child, the Christ, as changeless and eternal as God, that whosoever believeth in his true self should not perish but have everlasting life. That's who you are. All right? That's unity principle number 2. All right? How many of you get that this thing about everlasting life, and there's lot of verses in the Bible where it says, you shall not see death. Right? How many of you get that death is just part of the human experience and it isn't true about who you are? Right? Experiences begin, experiences end. You don't. Your body makes a transition. You don't. Okay? You stay eternal. My dad just passed about a month ago. And my mom passed last year. And I had two of the most awesome parents you've ever had. I mean, I had two younger brothers. We were all born within 3 years' time. My poor parents. Ugh. But they managed to make it through. But we were just a very close family, very loving family. They brought me up as, in Christianity. I was a Baptist seminary student to start off with. Yeah, that choked me up too. But made the transition into metaphysics. But just beautiful, beautiful parents. And I've got to tell you that my mom, again, about a year ago, my dad just last month passed. I have not had one sad moment. Not one. I love them too much to feel sad about it. They wouldn't want me feeling sad. I haven't had one moment of sadness, let alone grief. Now, it's okay if you have it. It's not a bad thing to have it. But I've gotten to the point where I don't believe in death. Okay, it's just a transition. You walk through a door, you're in another room. That's about what it's like. And they're continuing their journey, and I'm just wishing them well on their journey. One of my screensavers on my computer is just pictures of my mom and dad, and it comes up all the time. Okay, every day I get to see pictures of my mom and dad. And they just make me laugh, and they make me smile. We had some great times together, great adventures together. All right. So you are this perfect child of God. Everyone is. And you will always be that. Even after this body, quits its functioning, it served its purpose for you to have the experience in this lifetime. You will continue. All right? So let me give you a couple things from A Course in Miracles here. It says, is he the Christ? Oh, yes, along with you. Forgive him your illusions, and behold how dear a brother he would be to you. Is he God's only helper? No, indeed. For Christ takes many forms with different names until their oneness can be recognized. And that's from the clarification of terms, right? From the clarification of terms from A Course in Miracles. And it's a section called Jesus-Christ. And it talks about who Christ was, and that he was, he wasn't his body, just like you're not your body. All right? And this comes from that in A Course in Miracles. So, yes, you are the Christ. And it says, this is from A Course in Miracles 2. It says, when you are afraid, be still and know that God is real, and you are his beloved Son in whom he is well pleased. Do not let your ego dispute this, because the ego cannot know what is as far beyond its reaches as you are. You are the Christ. Now, in the human experience, you come in and you get an ego. Right? This comes with the human experience. It's factory installed. Everyone has one. Right? You have this ego. And the ego is basically the opposite in its belief system. It's diametrically opposed. Basically, the ego says, I don't believe in oneness. I believe in separation. I believe I'm me. I believe there's an objective world out there, and I've got to learn how to get by in it and through it and succeed in it, and I'm going to take care of me first. So we all have that ego. But you also have another part of your mind that is the Christ mind, what the Course calls your right mind. And how many of you ever noticed that sometimes you're in one part of your mind, sometimes you're in the other part, right? How many of you have ever been in your ego before? And if you didn't raise your hand, you're lying. Right? We all jump into our ego every once in a while, yeah. But you got to catch yourself in the ego, then choose again, as the Course says. Choose again to remember who you really are, that you really are this Christ that God created you to be. So let's look at a couple more verses from the Bible. Let's go to the book of John. Whoop. I don't know if that's going to turn white on me or not. If I click it, we'll see. Oh, there it is. All right, let's do it that way. Okay. Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Now, again, I took the liberty of rewording this. When I reword them, I want you to know that this is coming from the Gospel of Reverend Tony. So here's what the last one says here. Jesus saith unto him, the Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by the Christ. To me, that's a more accurate description of the translation. When you read the Bible, you're not getting the Bible the way it was written. You're getting it the way it was translated. And then you're really not getting that. You're getting the way that translation was interpreted. Okay? Some of you are shaking your heads. You know that stuff, right? Yeah. And when you translate from one language to another, it's never really true, is it? Lydia's up here shaking her head. She speaks 10 languages, right? I'm still working on English. And I remember when I was learning some Spanish, I did some work in Mexico for a while, and I translated some training I was doing from English to Spanish. And I thought, oh, this will be interesting. I'm going to take that paragraph I just got in Spanish and translate it back to English. It wasn't the same. It was not the same. I'm going, what's going on here? You cannot literally translate from one language to another. So please understand that as you read the Bible, okay? You're probably getting a translation of a translation of a translation that's then been interpreted, okay? So I don't apologize for my changing of a few words in a few of these verses here, okay? So that's unity principle number 2. In all of my classes up in Ohio at the church and all of my Sunday morning services, I would always ask this question. Who are you really? And they got to know the right answer. And the right answer is the perfect child of God. So now that you know the answer, let me ask you the question. Who are you really?
The perfect child of God.
Yeah, and I let that go on for a few months, and then I threw in, you are the Christ. Oh. So let's try that one. Who are you really? You're going to say, I am the Christ. You ready? Who are you really?
I am the Christ.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right? So that's unity principle number 2. Let's see what we can do now with unity principle number 3. All right? It's called I create it. As a human being, I create my own experience through the activity of my thoughts. I formulate my perceptions and choose my responses. Life is a reflection of my inward condition. Now, your inward condition is your beliefs, your thoughts, and your feelings. That's your inward condition. Now, this is one that a lot of unity people know this, but they don't think they've really thought about it or it would scare them to death. That you create your experience. That experience is called your life. And you create that from your beliefs, your thoughts, and your feelings. That's how your life has been created. The ego will say, no, your life has been created by this objective world out here and how you have to learn to get by in it, survive in it, get ahead in it, succeed in it, etc. That's what's created your life. Unity principle number 3 says, no. You have created your life by your thoughts, by your inward condition, which is your beliefs, your thoughts, and your feelings. So we're going to take a look at that in a little more depth. This is called the creative process. The creative process. It goes like this. You have beliefs. Those beliefs will generate your thoughts. Those thoughts will generate your feelings, your emotions. Out of those feelings and emotions, you will have an action. You will say or do something. Okay? Those are your actions. And out of that, you get an experience. And you put all those experiences together and you have your life. Your life has been created by your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. They produce the experiences called your life. That's called the creative process. Now here's the kicker. This works whether you're in your Christ consciousness or you're in your ego. Either way, you were created to create. Right? God is a creative being. You get that? And you're created after his likeness and image, her likeness and image. All right? That which we call God. You were created to create. So, since you were created to create, you will always create. All right? You will always create. That's just how it works. All right? So, I want to take a look at feelings there. The feelings are your gateway into your thoughts and your beliefs. Until you change your beliefs, your life will not change. It may change in form, the faces may change, the names may change, the location may change, but the essence of your life will not change until you change your beliefs, because that's how you create your life. Change a belief, your thoughts will change. As your beliefs and thoughts change, your feelings will change. Out of that, your actions will change and your experiences will change. How many of you have found your life getting a bit better since you've gotten into metaphysics? You come to unity here, so on. Yeah. You know why? Because you've changed some of your beliefs along the way. That's what did it. Okay? It wasn't what Reverend Clive said from up here. And I love what he has to say from up here. He's just an awesome, awesome speaker. I love him. But his saying it won't change your life. Right? What changes your life is when you take it in and you kind of go, wow, that wasn't what I used to believe. What feels better? And you change your belief. Your thoughts then change, your feelings change, your actions change, your experiences change, your life changes. It's called the creative process. This is how it works. And it always, always works. Okay? So, beliefs, thoughts, feelings, actions, experience. I'm going to give you a little phrase. I don't think I put it in today's lesson. It will be in my workshop in the afternoon. I'm going to go much, much deeper into this afternoon. Much deeper. I'm going to show you how to work with it, how to recognize it, okay, how to apply it more deeply in your life. I'll do that right after the service at 11:30. But I'm going to give you a little phrase. When you're feeling positive, good positive feelings, peace, love, joy, excitement, enthusiasm, curiosity, creativity. You got it? You felt those things before? Have you ever felt those things? Good. When you're feeling those things, that means you're connected with your Christ consciousness and you're headed in the right direction. You're waking up, you're remembering more and more of who you really are. When you have a negative feeling, sadness, loneliness, grief, worry, doubt, frustration, anger, resentment. Any of you ever feel those before? Some of you are still lying. All right. When you're feeling those feelings, that's your guidance system telling you you're heading in the wrong direction. I'm going to talk about your guidance system here in a moment. So here's how you can let me make sure I don't have this here in my notes to give to you later. I don't think I do. All right, so I'm going to give it to you now. This is a little bonus I'm going to throw in, okay? When you're feeling those negative feelings, here's all you have to do is stop and ask yourself, what am I thinking and believing that would have me feel this way? Let me say it again. What am I thinking and believing that would have me feel this way? Because you see, the ego would tell you that you feel this way because of what he said to you, because of how she treated you, because of how the world is, because of the political system today, because of the financial system, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's why you feel that way. That's what your ego wants you to believe. Okay? That's called projection. The truth is, every feeling you have ever had is a result of your thoughts and your beliefs. That's just how you were created. That's how it works. All right? So if you're not feeling all those wonderful positive feelings, stop and go, wait a minute, what am I thinking and believing that would have me feel this way? And then what was I thinking in the moment I started feeling like this? Wow, oh yeah, I was thinking about my neighbor Fred and how he hasn't returned my lawnmower yet. That's what I was thinking about. All right? So you can know you're just into a belief that is not true when you have negative feelings. You can shift that and change that. You're now changing your mind. You're changing your entire creative process to help you wake up and remember who you really are. So I'm going to talk now about your guidance system real quickly. So positive feelings are acting, there you go, creating from your Christ consciousness. So that's what I was just talking about. When you have a positive feeling, you can know that you are coming from your Christ consciousness. That would be feelings like peace, love, joy, desire, enthusiasm, passion, creativity, so on, right? That's the feelings that will come up when you are in your right mind, we will say, when you're in your Christ consciousness. Now, negative feelings. That means you're acting from your self-consciousness, from your ego. You're acting from a belief that is not true. It isn't in alignment with what God would have you think, feel, and believe. Those are feelings like fear, anger, doubt, worry, sadness, loneliness, confusion, frustration, etc. All right? We've all felt all these things, have we not? Yeah. And now you know what to do with them. I'm going to get into depth in this in my workshop this afternoon. We're going to talk about what you've been told to do with your emotions that are not true. This is the most positive and the best use to your highest good that you can use whenever you have a feeling, whenever you have an emotion. All right? You can know whether you're thinking with your ego or you're thinking with your true self, with that Christ that you really, really are. Okay? So here's something of another verse from the Bible. Okay? Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. That's from Matthew. How many of you ever heard that before? Looks like some of you need to read your Bible. Okay. Here's another one. Okay? For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's from Proverbs. As he thinketh in his heart. Are you starting to see the connection now? As you think, that's what you are. All right, that produces the feelings. All right, so here's a couple of questions for you here. When are you asking, seeking, and knocking? Well, let me ask you this way. When are you thinking? That would be always, right? Okay, so that means you're creating your life every moment, every now. You're always seeking, asking, knocking. You're always thinking. You're always creating your life every moment, every now. How many of you have heard that now is a very important time to be in? Yeah? As the Buddhists say, the most important moment in your life is now. 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 Right? Now is all there is. When you're thinking about the past or the future, you're not thinking about anything. The Course says your mind is blank. The only thing that you can do is now, and this is the moment in which you create your life. Every now, because every now you're thinking. True? So, I want to leave you with all this so that you can become more aware of how to live your life, how to wake up, how to find more peace, more love, more joy in your life. Okay? So here's a line from A Course in Miracles. This is one of my favorite little sections of the Course. It's from the introduction to chapter 21, and it goes like this. Projection makes perception. The world you see is what you give it, nothing more than that. It is the witness to your state of mind, the outside picture of an inward condition. As a man thinketh, so does he perceive. Therefore, seek not to change the world, but choose to change your mind about the world. We take some liberties here. I'm going to change that last line a little bit, where it says, seek not to change the world, but choose to change your mind about the world. Here's one for you. Choose not to change your spouse, but choose to change your mind about your spouse. Choose not to change your children, but choose to change your mind about your children. Choose not to change your parents, but choose to change your mind about your parents. Here's a good one. Choose not to change politics. Choose to change your mind about politics. Folks, this works on absolutely everything, because what you see out there, I don't care if it's your spouse, your children, your parents, or the political structure out there, you're seeing a reflection of your own mind. That's just how it works. So change your mind about it. That's what it's about. We're going to go with that into a little deeper exercise this afternoon in my workshop, okay? So, the world simply reflects your inward condition, your beliefs, your thoughts and feelings, so you can look at them. No one ever teaches this in school, do they? No. They'd rather control us. Okay? Because once you get this, they can't control you. You will find true freedom. How would you like to have more freedom in your life? I just showed you how to get it. I just showed you how to get it. How about more peace, love, and joy in your life? I just showed you how to get it. Okay? So take this to heart. Would you do that for me? Just take it to heart. So everybody kind of get this? That's what you're doing? You got it? Wave at me if you got it. Yeah. All right. I'm glad you did. All right. So there he is. There's that verse again. I think I hit the wrong button. Here we go. Yes. You got it? There's unity principle 2 and 3 personalized for you. And there we are. I want you to do the last line with me one more time. I am the Christ as... All right, good practice. I want you to do it like you mean it this time. I am the Christ as... All right, I love it. All right, one more time here. This is your how you create it. You create with what? I want you to say that last line with me. My beliefs, thoughts, and feelings. How do you create your life? With my beliefs, thoughts, and feelings. Yeah, I love it. And don't you forget it. Thank you all so much.
Susan Rain, but I am the Christ as Susan.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are going to go ahead. This is our time for the offering, and we do have several ways that you can give. Now, I'm going to show you my favorite way. Everybody should have a program. On the back of your program, it shows you how you can do this. Texting, it's so easy. The number is right there. Text the word give. The number is there. You can see it up there. Just put in give, send the text. You get a text back, and you get to set it up automatically. So whenever I want to do my offering, I go to my phone. I put in Unity Give is the contact, and all I do is put the number in, 1,000. Send. So it's so easy. So I just want to remind you of that. It is a great way to give. Of course, there are other ways to give as well. And you can use our website and use the donate button on the website. You can, of course, mail a check. You can, donate right here and now. And we also have Zelle set up. So if you like to use Zelle, we do have a Zelle number. Did it make it up there? Yes, the Zelle number is up there. So a lot of the younger people, not me, like to use Zelle. So that's there. So we have lots of ways to give. Okay, so let's go ahead and bless the, let me see. We're going to join me in the offering affirmation, please. And we're going to call the ushers forward. We have Barb and Kathleen. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we say, thank you, God.
So for the credits, the first song was written by Peter Goldhub, the second one, Leanne Rhymes. And then this one here has been written by a duo out of the Carolinas called Thea and the Green Man.
And we
Called Footprints of a Wayfarer.
And we thank Kathy in the back there for turning us on to this song.
With the footprints of a wayfarer, have faith in me. See my hands in all things free. There is no plain on earth where my song can't be heard. Listen to the song I'm singing in your soul. Step, just step where I have stepped and follow my footprints home. With the footprints of a wayfarer, find love in me. You're my voice in all things free. There is no plain on earth where my voice can't be heard. Listen to the song I'm singing in your soul. Step, just step where I have stepped, and follow my footprints home. Peace be with you, my brother. Peace be with you, my sister. Listen with all your heart and soul. Step, just step where I have stepped, and follow my footprints home. And follow my footprints home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and bless the offering. We are blessed to receive these gifts today. We see this generosity serving our ministry and community for the highest and best for all. We open ourselves to your divine guidance, God, and are filled with gratitude, optimism, and faith. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
A few reminders. We do have a team leader meeting this Wednesday at 6:30 right here in the sanctuary. And we have a new member orientation coming up. So if you've been attending services and you'd like to become a member, this is a short class that is coming up on Tuesday the 30th at 6:30 in the evening. And after you take this class, you can actually be a member, which allows you to vote in our membership meetings and vote for the board, and it's just sort of gives yourself that inner commitment to your spiritual journey here at Unity as well. And we are having the workshop, as Reverend Tony mentioned. It is at 11:30 today, and that will be in the chapel. And he has a really big workshop coming up, a 3-day workshop in the beginning of June, so I'm going to let him say a few words about that.
Thank you, Steve. My mic back on here. So if you see these flyers, grab one of these. The class is called Out of the Matrix. We've been doing it for 12 years now. We've done it in a number of states. I did it for some professors and grad students at Kent State University. They were so impressed with it, they authorized a 7-year study be done on this program. They did pre-testing, post-testing, follow-up testing, all of my students for those 7 years. And their conclusion was a paperwork about that thick, which I couldn't understand because it was in very academic language. But they basically said that we got longer lasting, quicker, and better results than any psychology program they could find out there. Okay? Charlotte and Kathleen have taken the weekend. They're going to come back and mentor for me this time. So you each have your own mentors. It's going to be the second weekend in June. That's the 9th, 10th, and 11th. If you have any questions, pick one of these up. There is some paperwork you'll need to fill out. See Susan up here. She's got the paperwork for you. All right? If you're interested in doing the weekend. It will, I promise you, it will change your life. All right? Susan, thank you so much, Jeff.
And one more round of applause for Tony and his amazing service. And please stand for the peace song.
Should we join them?
Okay. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With
peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well still.